god, this is it.
In the lineup of all PlayStation VR games to have released and for me to review or at least play, which is I'd say around 20 to 25 of them, I cannot gush enough. I really can't about how much I really love Headmaster. It is just one of the most enjoyable experiences I think I've had all year, regardless of VR or novelties or anything like that. It's a game that actually probably could have worked something like Kinect, but at the same time its structure and its implementation and actually technically how well it works on a consistent basis by you moving your head in a very quick enough motion is surprisingly good. So in Headmaster, you use your head to hit balls in the beginning, and there's other objects down the line. I don't want to ruin it. It's just one of those games that isn't all that it seems, especially in the beginning. It just seems like, oh, it's a few sort of test things where you've got to hit targets with balls based on hitting your head, but the story and the narrative, the voiceovers is pretty damn good, and it goes quite weird in places, and just enough. In the beginning kind of felt like it was going to try be like Portal, but the tone switches and it does enough of its own thing to really just say it's not the same thing whatsoever. It's quite different, but it's a few hours, and even if like the story and the narrative isn't doing it for you, the fact that each level feels different and the challenges the game throws at you and what you must do to achieve and get over these challenges is good enough to just retry and just there are times when you get to what they're called exams, but they're kind of like boss type encounters in the sense that you've got to take everything you've learned from the previous few levels and all comes together in a culmination of absolute craziness. But sometimes you have to go back and play previous levels if you didn't earn enough stars, so it is hampered in that way, and at times I felt like it kind of diminished the whole flow of the game, but it was never that much. It was never to the extent where I just couldn't get another star, because as you get on you sort of understand the mechanics of how to move your head, if you want to hit it to the left or the right, up, down, power, no power, all that. It naturally starts to come to you as you play it, like sort of a trial and error, but less of the whole error side and less of the frustration and more of like, okay, so when the ball comes here I've got to do this and that, and it's just one of those learning things there. I walked away from it for about 2 or 3 days, and I came back and it took a few minutes for me to get back into it, but once I did, I just wanted to keep playing it. And in all honesty, if I didn't have so many other VR games to review and other games to review right now, I'd be jumping straight back into this and trying to get 3 stars in every single level, because it's just that good. I can't talk enough about it. I think anyone I've talked to about PlayStation VR, I'm like, this is the best one. This is easily the best game that's on PlayStation VR, and this is like up against games which look great and sort of promise all these incredible experiences, in quotation marks of course. This is just so good. This is sort of the creativity I want from people when they tackle a new type of experience, actual experience. This is just a great idea. It's executed really well, and I cannot wait to see what this team does next, whether it's VR or not.